Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. The message I heard is get off in 5 seconds. The scripture comes from Isaiah 22. Oracle of the Valley of Vision, what is the matter with you now that you have gone up, all of you, to the housetops? O city full of noise and chaos, O wanton town, your slain are not slain with the sword nor killed in battle. All your leaders fled away together, fled afar off. All who were in you were captured together, captured without the use of a bow. All this I say, turn away from me. Let me weep bitterly. Do not try to comfort me for the ruin of the daughter of my people. It is a day of panic, rout, and confusion from the Lord, the God of hosts, in the valley of vision. Walls crash, they cry for help to the mountains. A lamb takes up the quivers, a ram mounts the horses, and cur uncovers the shields. Your choice valleys are filled with chariots, and horses are posted at the gates, and shelter over Judah is removed. So here's the message for someone. When God gave me this message, y'all, I low-key was done for the day, okay? I done recorded my videos, and I'm, like, in chill mode, okay? And God started basically pushing me to record, okay? And when I went to the messages that God has given me, I came across this one, and God said that there's someone trying to put something up on you. And what I'm being reminded of is this, I think it was a movie or a TV show I was watching where it was about women who were basically being held captive in a certain town. Like, the men came, they took over the town, they took everybody out that lived there, and they took the town hostage. They kept certain women there, and the women that they kept there, they forced them into prostitution. And the men that were there, the men that were there were taken out, and they had their men that were basically, it was basically like a little gangster town, low key. Okay, anyways, they had elder woman there who was also being held captive. Okay, however, her job was to put hoodoo, voodoo, and other kinds of witchcraft, whatever kind of witchcraft she used, on the women, so that if they would try to run, they would not be able to survive. Okay. And God is saying for someone, there is someone putting some kind of voodoo on you, and they want you to comply with their wishes. They want you to comply. So this voodoo is going to this would make you believe that what God has told you is not true. This witchcraft would make you second guess the decisions that God has put up on your heart. So let's say if you were in a very abusive relationship, this voodoo would make you start to believe the relationship wasn't so bad. This would be something that will make you start to believe, you would start forgetting about the abuse. You would start forgetting how this person treated you, and you would only be able to remember good times, okay? God says they going through all that work and all that trouble to put this stuff up on you, but it only lasts for 5 seconds. So you may have a moment to where you start thinking this, and then God will snap you out of it. God says no. He said what he said, and he means what he said. He said what he said, and he means what he said. This is somebody that wants to cause your demise, and they are trying to manipulate your thoughts. They want to manipulate your mind. They want to manipulate your actions. God said what he said. He mean what he said. And I just got a notification, as I said. God said he is not going to allow you to fall into that. And, whoever this person is, just as in that show, in that movie, whenever it was a situation where something didn't work out, okay, regardless of who it was, that, whatever their purpose was, if they didn't carry out what they were supposed to carry out, they would receive punishment for that. And God is saying that this person, they're doing this to you because they don't want any punishment to land upon them. They don't want the punishment to fall upon them. But that's not your problem. That is not your fault, and that is not your problem. They decided to take whatever oath. They decided to seek out to come against you. In reality, this person is seeking out to destroy you for their own personal gain. And that it is not your fault, it is not your problem if they end up in some kind of punishment because you decided to use your right to put yourself first, to put your own. Like, I just feel like for somebody, you are deciding to put yourself first in a situation. And regardless, I don't even feel like you know what's going on behind the scene. You don't know what this person then took an oath. You don't know that this person will be punished against this. In reality, if you did know, 9 out of 10, it will make you even more so want to like separate yourself from them. This is somebody that is trying to sacrifice you for their own personal gain. They want to see you go down so that they can come up. God said no, and it's a hard no. God said it is a no, and it is a hard no. At this I say, turn away from me, let me weep bitterly. Do not try to comfort me for the ruin of the daughter of my people. God is saying that they gonna have to they gonna have to deal with it, man. This they set up the bed. They made that bed. They gonna have to lie in. I hear God saying they made that bed. They gonna have to lie in it. I'm looking at Isaiah 21:5. They set the table, spread out the rugs. They eat, they drink. Rise up, O princes, oil in the shield. And I'm like this person. They set this up for themselves. They thought they were setting this up for you. Some of them still think they're setting this up for you, but they are setting this up for themselves. That is the punishment that they will receive. That is for them. And they're trying to put this up on you. No, God said no. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve this. You don't deserve to be in a relationship with somebody that's abusive, nor do you deserve to end in any kind of demise because of what somebody else got going on. Those were their choices. They made those choices. They are the one that took those oaths. They are the one that made those promises. And they very well will have to deal with it. God said it don't matter how much witchcraft they cook up and put together. It don't matter who prayed over the oil. It don't matter who created it, how long it sat out under the moon, under the sun, whatever they did. They may have, threw it out into the ocean and sat there and waited on it. It don't matter what they did. God said that stuff is not going to work. Everything under the sun God created. Everything, 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 everything got to come past God this first. God said that stuff not work. He keeps throwing that stuff out of here and they keep trying. It's not going to work. God said they're going to have to deal with it. The punishment that is coming, it will be their own. God says no, they are not going to send you, like it's somebody that want to send you out to the gallows. They want to send you out to just whatever. They don't care what happens to you. Oh, well, they're worried about themselves. God says we will see this day when men will become lovers of themselves. And this is that kind of situation. But God said, no. It's a no and it's a hard no. It's a no and it's a hard no. It's a no and it's a hard no. Oh, city full of noise and chaos. Oh, once in town, your slain are not slain with a sword nor killed in battle. All your leaders fled away together. They fled afar off. All who were in you were captured together, captured without the use of a bow. God is saying that everybody involved with this, they have some kind of order of command, and they all about to be in big trouble. But that is their fault. God tells us he speaks against oaths. God speaks to us about be careful about taking oaths and taking vows and promising this and promising that. In reality, our souls are not even ours to give away. And this is somebody they chose to take an oath. That's their business. They wanted to take a vow. That's their business. But they will not sit around and assume that you are going to be a payment for them. God says you don't belong to them for them to use you as a payment. You belong to God. And that's the end of it. Like God says, you are His. all his. You belong to him and only him. They cannot use you as a payment. God has already told them. Now I feel like a broken record because I know I gave this message before. I feel like I have given it, but in a different, and then whoever this person, they keep trying. And God has already told them no. It's a hard no. It's not a no, well, maybe. It's a hard no. God said no, and it's a hard no. And they are so hard-headed, stiff-necked, hard-headed people. They keep trying. God said it's a no, and it's a hard no. It's a no, and it's a hard no. They are going to realize this whenever the time comes that you are supposed to obey. It's something that an order that you're supposed to obey. It's something that you're supposed to do. And this magic, this witchcraft is supposed to push you towards making that decision. It would be a day of panic for them. It is a day of panic, rout, and confusion from the Lord, the God of hosts, in the valley of vision. God says that walls will crash. They will cry for help. They will be crying out to God because they're not going to understand why it didn't work. But God said no, and it's a hard no. It's not going to work. That's the message. That's the message. That's the message. God said no. It's a no for him. It's a no. It's a no. Okay? Like, what is it called on American Idol? It's a no for me, dog. Like God said no. It's a no, and it's a hard no. It's going to be a day of chaos for them. It's going to be a day of mourning for them. It'll be a day of panic, a day of confusion. None of that stuff is going to work. God said hit you, and it lasts 5 seconds, and then God gets rid of that confusion. God is not the author of confusion. God said what he said, and he meant what he said. And for whoever this is, not only is God speaking to you, but you've seen with your own eyes. You've heard with your own ears. Can't nobody come to you and try to convince you that this person wasn't an adulterer. Nobody can tell you that. Nobody can come up to you and try to convince you you don't know what you saw. Nobody can come to you and try to twist words around and say, well, you don't know what you heard. Can't nobody come to you and try to take, like, this is a situation where you were around this person for a certain amount of time. You may have been frustrated. You may have been sad. You may have been depressed. You didn't understand why God had you there. God said he had you there as long as you were there. So that now at this point, can't nobody come to you and try to tell you don't know what you're talking about. Can't nobody come to you and try to tell you you didn't hear what you heard. Can't nobody come to you and try to tell you ain't see what you seen. Can't nobody come to you and try to tell you you making stuff up. You have all rights to feel how you feel. You have all rights to feel how you feel. Can't nobody come to you and try to say, oh, I was just drunk and I'm usually not like that. Nah, especially if they drink like a fish. Let's call a spade a spade. If you, somebody that say that they only act up when they get drunk, but they drink every day, that mean they act up every day. Come on now. God said you can't make this stuff up. This is not a matter where it's just like you are making things up and you're coming up with stuff. No, you've seen this stuff over and over and over. You've seen this stuff daily. This person was abusive daily. They were mean to you daily. It ain't a situation where you would be better off being with them because now, oh, boo-hoo, you alone. I would prefer to feel lonely by myself than to feel lonely while in a relationship with somebody. Let me be real quick. They prefer to watch movies and they want to watch TV, or they prefer to play games all day than to have a decent conversation with me. Nah, I ain't got time for that. I can do that by myself. And at least I won't feel sad because somebody is ignoring me. Somebody that say they love me, somebody that say they want to be with me, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for nobody acting like they want to be my friend, talking about, nah, I really like you, nah, we really friends. But I heard you talking about me in the other room. I heard you making fun of me in the other room. I heard you mocking me in the other room. But you my friend? Nah, how? God said you got all the proof you need. In reality, like I said, it was somebody posted on social media, they stopped dating somebody because of the way they walked down the stairs. You don't have to come up with no excuse as to why you don't want to be with nobody. God said all that stuff get thrown out. None of that stuff matter. And that's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.